So today we have a very exciting opportunity to talk to Mr. Naito of the Seiko Watch Corporation. The subject matter, Grand Seiko, and what does this brand have for us in the future? Let's go. I really would like to position this conversation around the future of Grand Seiko, and specifically from somebody in your position, you could speak to this very specifically. To begin, people that are familiar with Grand Seiko understand its elevated position. Collectors, they understand this position. But say someone is newer to the brand, they're trying to delve into this world of Grand Seiko. How do you speak to them to really represent and make sure that you're putting forth what is special? What do you kind of tell them about what is special about Grand Seiko?
Yes, well, Grand Seiko was born in 1960 in Japan, and for a period of half century, the brand was available only within the Japanese domestic market. And we have just recently become available outside of Japan. And I think for many watch fans, we have been a hidden jewel and just newly discovered brand. Actually, with the long history and rich heritage, we have so many interesting brand stories to tell. And it is my role, my responsibility to communicate our brand story to the new watch fans.
Piggybacking off of that, so you talked about going independent. We've seen that in the United States, specifically where I am from, but you've seen Grand Seiko spreading its wings in terms of its independence and really becoming a force in mechanical watchmaking. What do the next 5 to 10 years look like for a consumer that's looking at Grand Seiko, maybe a collector of Grand Seiko? Where do you see the trajectory of the brand, and what are you thinking about specifically?
Well, the brand's DNA has always been to pursue the technological excellence. The founder of our company, he founded the company in 1881. His motto was always to be one step ahead of the rest. And that DNA still lies in the heart of Grand Seiko, and we keep producing exciting, innovative new products. And for this year, a Tentograph, the first high-beat mechanical chronograph, is an example of such philosophy of the company. So obviously, we keep producing interesting, innovative products for many years to come. But in addition, as I explained, I think we are more focused on telling our own brand stories to add some sentimental values to our products or our brand.
As you scale out, you talk about this technical innovation, you grow as a brand. There are challenges that come with that, especially for a brand like Grand Seiko, because the types of technology that you're putting into your movements, the structure and finishing of many of your dials and your cases, there's challenges with that. So as you're scaling, addressing some of the questions around maintaining QC, after service care for servicing, training points of sale. How are you thinking about that as you continue to grow, continuing forward with Grand Seiko?
Well, there is no question as we try to achieve a higher in everything we do in our watchmaking, it becomes more and more difficult to exceed.
You saw the Kodo Tourbillon last year. Now you have the Tentograph here.
Yes,
there's a lot. Yeah.
So what we are trying to do is to keep up with the advancement we make with the quality of our own people, and we try to develop our internal expertise by way of developing craftspeople within the organization.
So you're really working to develop those key people, and that's a key focus for you as well, is really trying to invest back into people that can actually handle this level of watchmaking.
And as I'm sure you are aware, it's getting very difficult to find and develop quality people.
And you talk about the development process for some of these watches. Some of them are decades long. Which it's a tough challenge to find. But you're thinking about it. You talked about a little bit about it, so I can imagine what your answer will be. But maybe you can go into a bit more detail about what your focus is. Talk about the new chronograph. Looked at the Kodo last year. 9SA5 movement. I mean, these are developments when it comes from a watchmaking perspective that are very much involved and takes a lot. What is the priority now? Are you going to continue to lean into that technical pursuit, and how do you find balance with that with just the core product that you're still producing with Grand Seiko? Are these technical innovations still something that you really want to push forward?
For us, in the area of mechanical watchmaking, 9SA5, which came in 3 years ago, was a very big step forward. And out of 9SA5, we've been able to develop a Kodo and also a Tentograph. And we see a possibility of expanding the variations of more innovative products out of the core, like 9SA5.
So it's continuing to be a focus for you. You want to keep building off of the, those foundations. Okay. To close here, where I'm from the United States, I can't speak for every place throughout the world, but we have great just reverence and respect for Japanese manufacturing. And when you look at watchmaking specifically, there is clearly a respect for the art. As somebody who's from an outsider and looking in to the art of the manufacturing process of Japanese watchmaking, could you try to describe what that ethos is and how Grand Seiko tries to uphold that element of what Japanese manufacturing means within a watchmaking sphere?
Yes. Well, in communicating our brand philosophy, we often talk about how the Japanese craftspeople pursue their skills. And in every form of, say, art or manufacturing, the Japanese tend to be focused on not just as a profession, but the way of life, which is called do. And like ranging from tea ceremony to flower arrangement, those people constantly pursue their endless pursuit of for the perfection. That characterizes how Japanese approach whatever they are in to improve their skill.
So there's a respect for the work that you're doing, and you feel that with much of the creations that you're putting on people's wrists, and I think that's part of the fascination why so many people, at least from where I'm from, the United States, just have this respect. But thank you very much for this discussion and giving some perspective to Grand Seiko. I'm a huge champion of the brand. I love where the brand is going. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen for the future. And thank you for providing this great perspective.
I'm a fan of your channel.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. And thank you everybody for watching. And we'll see you all next time.